Hey guys, it's Via here. So today we're back with another video. So today is going to be one of those money advice videos that I've been making lately. So this one is on how to save money whilst studying at university. I know this sounds like a contradicting statement, but you guys need to hear me out. So I know that whilst at uni, you'll be spending a lot of money, but there is ways for you to cut back on your costs in order to save your money and to be able to essentially spend on what you want in the future instead of just wasting it now in things that you don't actually need. So, or you need, but you can probably find a cheaper option for it. So I want to touch upon 3 different things. So that will be accommodation cost, food cost, and travel cost. So those 3 things are usually the main sources of spending for everyone. I know there's also things such as clothes and entertainment, but those are things that can either way, those can be cut back and it's not an essential thing. So the first thing I'm going to be touching on is the accommodation costs. Now, I know what you're gonna say. It's inevitable that you're going to spend money on your accommodation, and it's inevitable that it's going to be very expensive, but trust me, there's still ways of you reducing that cost. So one of your options within your accommodation is to stay with your parents. Now, I know that's boring, and I know that you won't be able to have the freedom that you're expecting to have, but it will save you a lot of money. I wanted to leave, and then due to the whole corona situation, I ended up not going out from the house on my second year, which is what I'm on right now, second year of uni. And I was about to spend like £11,000 on rent for the whole year, and that's a lot of money. And staying at home just saved me those £11,000. So that is definitely a lot to consider if you're of course able to stay at home. I know some of you will not be living in the same city as the one where your university is, which is fine, but if you have that option, do consider staying at home, because that's a lot of money that you'll be saving, and that money you can be using later on, especially if it's thousands of pounds. It's quite significant every single year. Think about it, 3 years of studying, £10,000 each year, that's £30,000 after all those years just to live outside your house, where you could actually keep that in your bank account. So the second option is, obviously, for those of you who have to leave the house and have to move out, then that's okay, but there's still ways to save money. From what I found out when I was doing my research, when you are looking for your accommodation, staying in uni halls is not a good idea. It's really expensive, and if you do not get your accommodation early, you essentially just lose out on all the cheaper options. So if you're still living in like student accommodation, it'll still be quite expensive. So from what I've seen, the people that are saving the most money are those who basically gather their friend group, and then they rent out an apartment and they all pay their share, and then it reduces the amount of money that they're spending every week much more, and you'll also get plenty of space comparing to what you get in student accommodation. Like, this is literally what it looks like. Like, what is that? I don't even know how everyone is living in these conditions and how it is even okay and allowed. The next thing I want to touch upon is the food bills and how you can lower these. Now, the basic thing I'm going to tell you guys is to stop ordering so much food from Uber Eats, because even though I was living at home, some days I would just be like, on top of the meal that I already had, I know it's gonna sound like I'm just eating uncontrollably, but some days I'll just be like, I really want McDonald's, like I'm really feeling like having McDonald's, or oh, I really want pizza, or I really want this and that, and I would spend so much money on KFC, Domino's, McDonald's, and all of that. And after, if you buying like every other day, even if you buy once a week, you buy KFC or whatever, that'll be £10 at least, or £15. If you buy every week, that will be at least £40 to £60 in a month that you'll be spending just from doing deliveries, and that's quite a lot if you keep adding them up. And if you even eat out more than once a week, that is a lot of money that you're spending. So what I suggest is that you plan your meals in advance, and even if you're not bothered, just have like the ingredients, so you can spend so much less money if you just buy the ingredients for something and then you plan, even if it's the cheapest, like the simplest thing, and you're not bothered, just make fried eggs. Literally just make, I don't know, put some salmon on the grill and grill it and just have it with bread. I don't know, but you don't need to be having food delivered, or you don't need to eat out every single day. Buying a McDonald's meal is at least £5 to £6. Buying a KFC meal is at least £6. Everything is at least £6, and if you're buying anything extra on top, it's going to be very quickly going to £10 and £15. So that's something to obviously consider. So I'm going to give you guys an example of something that I've realized lately, and it actually saves so much money. So the example is, you want to eat some pizza. Now, if you're going to order from Domino's, having a pizza is at least, I don't know, £15-16. Plus, you might even have to pay for delivery. And if you decide to make your own pizza with whatever you want, with whatever ingredients you want on top, it's going to cost you so much less. I'm going to give you guys the example, and I have it right here. So, if you buy one pizza from Sainsbury's, this is a pizza with literally just a bit of cheese and a bit of tomato sauce, okay? Margarita pizza, okay? Now, let's just create a scenario where you want to also add in some pepper, some olives, some sweet corn, and you also want some extra cheese on top because that pizza doesn't have that much cheese on top. So, literally, I just went on the Sainsbury's website so I can find out the exact prices for each thing and tell you guys. So the base, which is for actually a large pizza, is £1.70, okay? Then if you buy one pepper, literally just one pepper, that is 45p, and that pepper can even be used for other meals, so technically you're spending even less on that one pizza, okay? Also, if you want to buy a bottle or a can of olives, that is another 75p, and obviously you won't be able to eat all of those olives, and you can have some for another meal as well. Sweet corn, you can buy a can of sweet corn, and that will cost you 60p. Again, you won't be able to use all of that in that one pizza, which means you have some left for another meal, or just whatever you want to do with it. So can you see how there's so much leftovers even from these things that are so cheap? They're only a few pennies. If you want to buy a packet of mozzarella, that is 45p, and again, if you don't use all of it, you can use a nut, you can use it on something else. Imagine you want to make 2 pizzas, then you can then use more of these ingredients. This whole thing that you get to choose. Now obviously you might want anything else on your pizza. I don't know what you guys are into, but this is just my example. If you add all of these costs up for that one pizza, it will be £3.95. £3.95 for that pizza and extra ingredients on top. So if you bought 2 pizzas and you still have ingredients from these, it'll be so much cheaper, because if you bought 2 pizzas from Domino's, that'll be £25. So just saying, guys, you can save a lot of money on that one simple thing. And even if you're going to make burgers, or if you're going to make fried chicken, it'll be so much cheaper for you to just do it at home than if you were to go out. Third thing I want to touch upon is the travel costs. Now, I know this is very expensive. I spent quite a lot of money to travel to uni because I live in West London and my uni is all the way in East London, so obviously I have to spend a lot of money going there and coming back every, let's say every other day or every 3 days, okay? So what I did in order to reduce my spending on that was, well, right now I'm not even going because of online lessons, but you know, I have to take a bus, then the train, then another bus. Or I can reduce my daily cost by cutting out on the buses and just walking, because the reason why I take the buses is because I'm not bothered walking. But if you just make that little bit of effort just to walk a little bit, it will save you so much money every day. I would be saving like £3 I go to uni just by doing that one thing. But then again, you might say, well, I can't do that still, it's not worth it for me to be walking because I'm still going to spend the money anyways, or it's too far away from me and I can't. So what I then suggest you guys is to check what is the difference between paying for each individual journey, spending on like a weekly ticket, and spending on a monthly ticket, so or even a yearly ticket. So by doing this, you'd be saving a lot of money, because obviously if you buy the weekly one and you're doing a lot of trips, that you know that every week you're going 4 times, and maybe you have a job as well, so you're also spending money on the bus going to your job. So this quickly adds up, and it goes over the amount that you'd be spending if you just bought a weekly ticket. And if you buy a weekly ticket, then you can just take the bus and the train one however many times you want and wherever you want in that week. So that is pretty good. So I could try to calculate to you guys how much money you'd be saving, but obviously it's very different for each person, and it's very different for the situation that everyone is in. Some people live so close to the campus and they can just walk every single day. Some people already make their own food. Some people just live in their parents' house already. Some people already doing the things that I'm telling you guys in the video. So it's all up to you, but these are my tips in order for you to save money as a student. Obviously, we can always touch upon having a Netflix account and spending money on that every month. Do you really need that? Do you really need to go out to have drinks every week like everyone does? Well, I don't really do that because I don't drink, but do you need to be going to Starbucks every morning? Do you need to be going to buy sushi every day? This is mistakes I used to make. Like, I used to have a croissant and a coffee every day, and I also used to have sushi, and I also used to have kebabs, and I also used to have like McDonald's here and there. This was my spending last year, and of course I realized how much I was spending, and I quickly cut it down, and that really impacted how much money I was saving. So that is some things to consider, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or anything that I left out in the video, please don't be shy and just tell me in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe down below and let me know what else you would like me to talk about, and if there's any questions you have. And don't forget to give this video a like, because that really helps and it supports the channel. I've been making a lot of videos for you guys, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. So yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!